Hello YouTube, it's Zoe from Hunt's Urban Prepsteaders, reporting from the shed again, having a nice cup of tea. And this is allotment vlog number 5, I think. Number 5? Yeah, number 5. And I didn't do one last week because it was half term and I suddenly realised that trying to make a video with a 6-year-old going mummy, 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 mummy was actually impossible. So now I'm wondering what I'm going to do during the school holidays, where I promised myself I was going to do one every week. So I don't really know, and it was a bit of a week of reflecting, really. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. Come up here on Monday and I did loads and loads of work and ended up with the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life. I'm still suffering now, so that wasn't good, but we did get lots of work done and I learnt a few lessons. I got a bit overwhelmed. Weeding has just become the bane of my life. And it turns out my plot is covered in bindweed, which I'm just going to be digging up for the rest of my life, which made me just want to sit on the floor and cry with my sunburn. So I was feeling completely and utterly sorry for myself and just overwhelmed with it all. A couple of lessons learned. I'm not really sure what's going on with my peas. I think I might have put them in a bit late, and they're only small. And they didn't say that on the pack. They were meant to be big peas, and it was an unwins pack that I got it in Asda, so probably weren't great anyway, but it was my first go. But last year I grew some of them. I brought them last year and I grew a couple at home and they got eaten by slugs, but they grew up really tall. This year they're really short. I'll show you when I do a tour, but they're getting the pods on them, but they're looking a bit worse for wear. But I read up about it and it says that, you know, they like the colder weather, so I'm thinking I should have put them in much earlier. And exactly the same with my spinach. I had to get all the spinach up. Now I followed the packet, but spinach just doesn't like the heat. All of my spinach bolted, looked worse for wear, so I've taken it out, and where I put it in the plot I've put celery in now as well instead. So I'm hoping that that's going to be okay. So that was really everything that's gone on in the last week. The heat, the sunburn, after complaining like the week before that all we had was torrential rain. Now all we seem to have is bright sunshine. So now it's down to the watering and weeding situation. My beans, the old bean escapade, that's taken those up. I made an executive decision, dig them all out and stick in a load of bean, just the seeds. And they're coming up really nice, so hopefully they've all just started popping up out of the ground. So that's a nice thing to learn, because I was really nervous about the whole direct sowing thing. Plus I think like a newbie thing is that we just like put the seeds too close together. So, and I know with plants I can space them better. So anyway, that was pretty much what's happened in my week. I've managed to get my little flower area done, and I've got one dahlia in which has been completely eaten, and then the one next to it is absolutely fine. So I don't know what's going on there. But I have noticed that if I put the wood chip stuff round that I've used, the pet bedding, which is really cheap, anything I put that round doesn't seem to get eaten at all. So I don't know whether it's a fluke or it seems to be the best thing, because I was trying like the garlic spray and the eggshells and all of that didn't seem to, but every time I put that really cheap pet bedding down. So definitely worth giving that a try to anyone that's not had a try and having trouble with the old sluggies there. So that's basically like the quick recap. Now I'm going to take you over to my garlic, because today I'm going to talk about garlic. I've got some lovely scapes on my garlic and we're going to take them up and trim them off and talk about basically garlic as my little nutritional thing. And I'm also going to crack open my wonderful, you're going to love this, I know I do, a wonderful new hat. Look at this, $3.99 in Mountain Warehouse. Wanted a straw hat. I think I'm at the right age now that I can just pull off a crazy hat. And so this is my now summer hat for on the allotment, which I'm really pleased with. So catch you over at the garlic bay. Right, hello YouTube, welcome back. Seems like 2 seconds to you, but believe me, it's been 3 hours for me, because I've been doing loads of weeding and we've had tons of lawnmowers going around, so I couldn't make a video. So here I am at my garlic bay. So why am I here today? Well, today I'm going to talk about garlic and the nutritional value of garlic. Now, as Hippocrates said in ancient Greek times, one of the first physicians, let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine. And I strongly believe he was probably talking about garlic at the time, as he used it quite often. And back in those days it was used more as a medicine than an actual food. It was even given to the people participating in the Olympics, the athletes, because it was believed to enhance performance. It is a most amazing food, garlic. It's full of vitamin B1, vitamin B6, vitamin C, but most of all, it's an absolute brilliant antibiotic. It is brilliant for all things to do with your chest, cough, snot, all of that sort of thing, and it is safe to use on the whole family. And it's one of the most important things you should grow on your allotment, because if you go and buy it in the shop and it's not organic, what happens with stuff that's grown from the root is it takes in everything from that soil. So if you've used pesticides or you've used weed killers on it, that is going to be passed on to your body. So if you do buy it, you need to buy organic with anything that's grown inside of the ground, because you just can't wash it off. It's become part of the plant. And so to grow it yourself is brilliant. This garlic we put in about November, and it's already got, and this is why I'm here, I'm not going to harvest it today, but if you can see, what we've got here is we've got the scapes coming off it. These are like the flowers. I'll hold it up here for you to see. Now, you can leave these on if you want, they're not really going to cause any harm, but they stunt the growth of the garlic, and the garlic's quite close to needing to be harvested, but you can still get a bit more growth out of it. All you need to do to take them is you take them right down to the leaf, the top leaf here, chop them off, and there you got them. And you can use these in stir fries. They've got the same kind of nutrients that the main garlic has got on them, and they're absolutely wonderful and fresh. Restaurants pay a fortune for these. So I'm going to take the rest of mine off, ready to take home for my harvest. I think I've got a few more left. These will help the garlic to carry on growing a little bit, just get it a little bit bigger, ready to be harvested in a couple of weeks. Some people are already harvesting theirs, but I am not ready to do that. I want to give mine the most amount of time necessary to get growing. The other good thing about garlic, with the actual clove of the garlic, is you can use it in so many ways. It's brilliant for storing, and when it comes to me harvesting it, I will do a video on how to store it, and so you can use it for many medical benefits. And one of the other things I love about garlic is it's so safe for children. If a little baby gets a horrible chest cough or anything like that, you can crush it up in some oil, and you rub it on their feet, put a couple of pairs of socks on them, and by the morning, it's really insane. The first time I did this with my daughter when she was a baby, it's completely cleared all the mucus off their chest, and they've got garlic breath. It's gone right through their body. It's absolutely amazing. It is one of the most amazing beneficial plants. I've actually done, if you're interested on learning more about it, I have a Facebook page which I'll link, and I'll actually link the garlic one onto the bottom in the description of the video, which tells you about, I've basically putting together like healing kitchen, everything you can find in your kitchen. So it's like for an amateur herbalist to actually realise things like cabbage and ginger and garlic and the things you just have in your cupboard, how good they are for you. And it's a really, really good Facebook page, so I'll link that down below. I actually haven't done it for a while. I really need to get back to it. I've been so busy with the allotment. I hope to put it together into an ebook at some point. And garlic is was actually one of my biggest, most popular posts that I did. So look at that, go click onto that and have a look. And I'm now going to click off, and I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm just going to take you on a little tour and show you what you've been done, and show you what I've managed to harvest today. I'm also going to pop over and try and harvest a kohlrabi. So excited. Okay, ready for a quick tour. So we're back at the asparagus that doesn't seem to have actually done anything. It's quite hard to film in this sun. I'm hoping that it's going to come out, but there you go. It's still looking really good, really healthy. Just fluffy, and it's got some, actually we've got a couple of more like sturdy ones coming through now, so that should be good. The garlic we've already seen, looking great. I've just noticed the one the other side has also got some couple of scapes on it, so I might get those next week. We netted the swede, which has been eaten by the pigeons, and it looks like it's recovering, so that's good. Here's my peas. Now, I've just been talking to one of the ladies on the allotment, and she thinks they're going to be okay. She says you just let the pods grow, pick them, and they should start sprouting up a bit more. So fingers crossed they're going to be okay. Here's my corn, which is just loving being in the ground, so that's doing really well. The courgettes look like they're making a comeback. They're surviving the onslaught, which is good, and I've got a couple of nasturtiums just coming up at the back, and the weeds, of course. Just look at the lovely weeds. I'm going to put cucumbers onto the cucumber frame next week. I'm just hardening them off at home, and look, more lovely weeds. That's going to be my job the next time we come and visit, and a token poppy in the weeds. So now I've got the tomatoes, which, I mean, look, this just shows you they were completely, looked like they were dying, shriveled up like this bottom one, and a bit of sunshine, a bit of rain, and they're so happy. Oh, they smell amazing as well. Little flowers on them. Look at that little close-up of that beauty. Everything's doing really well. Potatoes are just doing amazing. And here's where I've put the chard. Doesn't seem to like it in this bay. Not really sure about that. All the lettuce leaves are coming up beautiful. And I put the celery in this spot. So we'll see how that does in the next couple of weeks. The artichoke is just growing and growing, and we now have coming in here some artichoke babies. And this one seems to be the black fly. But that's all the only place they are at the moment, so there's hope that that's there. This is my stepson's. Oh, and I forgot to say, look what we found here. I've got an asparagus growing. So I've got 3 shoots on there. That one's going to seed again. So what I might actually do is pick the seeds off that and put them on, just give them away when that's done in the autumn. And salad bay that's doing absolutely nothing. This is my stepson's bay, and his corn's coming up, but I think we've put that too close together, so when that's up a bit higher I might sneakily move it out a bit for him so he doesn't know. Gooseberries are coming up. They're little beauties. We've got 2 gooseberry bushes which we're going to net before we go home. I'm not willing to share. There's a whole gooseberry bush at the back on somebody else's plot that doesn't seem to be touched, so the birdies can have that one. Carrots, we've done 2 more. This is a parsnip, nothing coming up yet, and this is orange carrot, and these are the purple carrots that are coming up. This is my daughter's little bay, which she's decided to do all flowers, which is looking all pretty. Looks like I might get one more harvest of rhubarb, which I think I'm addicted to after that. And we've got some currants, black currants. Not sure if we can see those. There we go. Moving around. I think this is a raspberry, I think. I've got another raspberry at home in the garden, and that's nettles. Gotta love some nettles. And here is my kohlrabi bay, which you can just about see through the brassica bay, which things are coming up nice. I'm going to come back through here because I missed this out little tour, and these are my runner beans. they're coming up really well. And what I've done down the centre, if you can see, is I've got bonbon squash. I'm not sure how high those beans are gonna, the peas over the back there are going to climb, so I'll just train those up if they want to climb later. And then I've put the rest of my squash in here. So in here I've got a Turks and some spaghetti squash and pumpkin, which they made me do for a pumpkin competition apparently, which I doubt I'll win. I'm not really a massive fan of pumpkin. I like all the exotic ones, the ones that taste a bit more spicy, but they should do well. Coming over to here, we've got the ballotti beans, which they're starting to come up, and I've got them either side of the arch. Oh yeah, and look, we put some bunting all the way around just to make it look absolutely pretty and to scare off the birds, which my daughter loved. That's the other side. And these are banana, I've just put these in, banana shallots. I don't know how well they're going to do. One of my neighbours gave them to me, bless him, like the most awesome neighbour ever. So that's what he's put there. And this is where, I don't know if anybody's watching this will remember, where I had those blasted beans, the beans, old deal. And I ripped them up and I've just put babies in. And as you can see, they're all starting to come up. I actually got a different variety, which I knew was a dwarf, but I'm leaving the frame up and we'll see what's going on there. So now we come over the back, we've got our fruit trees. The plums are coming up nicely. Got a little pot of chives. I've got some dahlias growing as well, I'll show you those. I've got one in a pot here, which I think I'm going to leave in a pot. I'm going to put in a bigger pot with the gypsophilia, because they were just getting eaten outside. I've got loads of parsley here, which is actually really good to grow on the fruit trees, because the people before put a compost bin right here and it's given apple scab, so you have to treat it with Epsom salts, and apparently growing parsley under the trees really helps. So it's just handy that that's there, and it's just sprouted up. There was only a tiny bit there before, but now we've cleared it and kept it weed free. I've just harvested loads of that. My strawberries, which yay, we're getting strawberries. Let's try and go through the back here, if you can see them. Nope, there we go. There's one hidden under there, a couple hidden through here, a couple of green ones, a little baby strawberry patch which I hope will grow over the years. The apple tree, looking great. Little lavender I've put in there. This is my little flower patch, which I've got some, look, the dahlia that got eaten, and I've got two that are surviving, and just a couple of little flowers, sweet william, some peonies, and I've got one surviving 8-ball courgette, which will be plenty. I actually didn't need two, but I have put a couple of seeds in just to see what happens, just an experiment to grow over there. And we got the plum tree here, it's got loads of plums on it. So things are looking good. I've just got a small herb garden starting here. Got the dill in, little tiny thyme and some coriander. And here I've got another poppy coming up, and my gladiolis, which I'm not sure if they're going to flower. And one last thing, into the greenhouse where I've got all my peppers in, which are doing fabulous. They're loving it in here. As you can see, this is my little baby bells, and these are like a sweet red, and up here are my chili peppers, and I'm not even taking them out to harden them off. And there's another little dahlia hiding in there, and that's everything. And last but not least, my harvest for today, my garlic scapes, some lovely fresh parsley, and dun dun dun, my first kohlrabi. I'm so happy. I can't tell you how excited I am to go home and eat it, because I've waited 6 months to eat them, because you just can't buy them anywhere here in the UK. So anyway, thank you for watching again. Please like, share and subscribe. As my stepson would say, smack that like button, and catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.